Hey guys, Dean here. So look, we've just plunged deep into a recession, okay? Inflation has gone absolutely through the roof and we're headed towards a depression. But what you do right now and the choices that you're going to make in the next couple of months in these times of turbulence is basically going to be the difference between you being swallowed by the tide or being the one who actually is riding the waves with strength. So this is the most key and important times to build wealth. So you want to change your life. You want to maybe quit your job or work for yourself or become self-employed or start some kind of business, or maybe just create a side hustle and a side business to add another income stream to what you already have. Maybe you want to keep working your job and have some extra money on the side and grow your income on the side while still feeling safe and more secure, or just have a little bit of extra freedom. A lot of people want different things, and the whole killing the 9-to-5 lifestyle and only appealing to people who want to become entrepreneurs, I realize that isn't for everybody, okay? So whether you want to create a business on the side and keep working your job or become completely self-sufficient, this is the video for you. Now, I've done this in many ways. The main one is through YouTube. I've scaled a channel to over 100,000 subscribers, and I've also done a lot of drop shipping as my main side hustle. There's many different routes to how you can do this, and I'm going to be going over the ways which I know best, the ways which I've personally tested, and some other methods which I know people who are currently doing them, okay? These are tried and true methods from experience, which is going to be important value. So sit down, get a notepad and pencil out, and get ready to make some notes because we're going to make some money in 2023. So first of all, I want to just preface this video by saying, guys, this video is not the quickest way, it's the smartest way, okay? Don't do anything which promises get rich quick schemes or anything which just requires you to invest a ton of money and not get any kind of return. Think about the return, okay? And just like Alex Hormozy says quite a lot, think of this in months or years as your time horizon. Don't be like one of these people who's talking about how they're making quick money in the next few days or the next few weeks. We're talking long term here, and we're starting now, okay? And the problem starts with you guys. That's the only blockage, okay? The only thing blocking you from getting started is a mental block in your head. Now, before I'm going to tell you exactly what you're going to do, you need to actually commit yourself right now, okay? And commit that you're going to see this fully through before we progress on to anything in this video. That's important because you need to obviously stay accountable to yourself and make that mental note and personal promise that you're going to actually do the following, which is presented in this video. Every single business and every single method which we're going to be going over in this video is going to take you at the very least months to actually achieve any kind of success in. Any measurable metric of success is going to take you a while to actually get to. Don't think you can do this for a few days or a few months. If nothing's working, keep trying, because otherwise you're going to eventually inevitably fail, okay? So make that promise to you that this is the only way, there's no other way, and you're going to commit to it. So lock yourself in now. If it's not for you, that's completely fine. You have a chance to leave right now, okay? Still listening? Let's begin. So first of all, we're going to go over the fact that the average American salary is around $4,000, which is a pretty good figure, right? It's probably higher than you actually expected me to mention, and that's pretty good money. The average UK salary is £2,000, so let's put that into comparison, right? That puts average Americans around £1,000 to £1,200 ahead of us. So Americans are typically making more money than the UK, right? Now, not everyone has time for reading. You've seen this kind of culture right now that reading is what you need to do, but there's also this opposite side of the coin where people are saying, I've got no time for reading, it's time to hustle. So think about where you are on this side of things, okay? Do you like to read? Do you not like to read? And do you want to read or not? So if you do, great. If you don't, there's obviously methods that you can acquire that information in other different ways. So if I don't like to read, I could go on a website. I'm going to use Shortform as an example. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't have any kind of affiliate code for Shortform, but Shortform's a website where you can get summaries of books in maybe 1 to 5 pages. It'll show you the whole book in a summary with the key takeaways and notes which you can record and learn from that book, and you can consistently keep rehearsing over it to ingrain them into your head, because people have to read a book typically like 10 to 15 times to 100% remember most of the key information, okay? Now, I'd recommend if you want to start any kind of business, any kind of online venture, especially in the business space, the money space, the finance space, any kind of thing like e-commerce and dropshipping like what I'm doing, or as a YouTube creator who's selling something based on their own skills, you need to read the following books. The books I'm going to recommend are Russell Brunson's .com Secrets and Traffic Secrets. Those are two really good books books. I'm currently reading them again right now because they have so much great information in. And these are some of the very best books out there, guys, on marketing. So if you want to learn how to market, how to sell, and also generally how to sell digital products, which is going to be mentioned in this video, and create powerful sales funnels that drive people to actually buy, look at these books. If you don't like to read, go on short form. You can get a free trial or you can get a membership, and these books may be on there. If not, you can also get an Audible free trial. I'm going to link my free trial so you can get Audible for 30 days for free and read 2 free books completely free. This is my affiliate code, and you can read 2 free books on Audible. You can listen to .com secrets and traffic secrets over there. And also, if you want to order the book, I have some affiliate links in the description below, which will help support the channel, and you can order the books down below in the description. So check those ones out, guys, because those books are really useful. So the first business model, let's jump into it. So the first one is going to be Shopify Dropshipping. That is the main theme of a lot of the videos as of recent on this channel. We specialize in dropshipping over here. I probably looked at every single course on dropshipping. I've learned all the information. I've personally put it into practice myself and seen some pretty good success with it as a side hustle. Dropshipping can absolutely change your life if you actually believe it works. So many people see fake gurus on YouTube nowadays, and there's so many of them. There's no shortage of fake dropshipping YouTubers. It's kind of hard to see who's legit and who's not, which usually results in them not starting dropshipping at all due to them thinking it's an entire scam because they've seen some people scam to try and make some money off videos or selling products, right? So it's kind of hard to see who's actually done it and who hasn't. Now, you can check out my 7-day dropshipping challenge video to see realistic results. This is me putting all of my fundamentals into practice, and these are results that are not in the millions like these huge YouTubers that you see, some of them which may not have actually made the money in dropshipping. These are results which average people can actually expect from their first store using the things that I teach on a completely new product, on a completely new store, which I don't even know if it's going to succeed, right? And we saw some good results. So if you want to see realistic results, what you can expect before starting out this method, go on my channel or click the link to the video in the description down below, and you can see what realistic beginner results are for starting a store. This is the easiest model of e-commerce that you can start doing. It's probably the least riskiest model because you have to hold no inventory whatsoever. We're not holding any products in a warehouse. We're not mass ordering bulk quantities. We're just shipping them directly from the supplier, and we're the middleman taking a profit margin and then sending it to the customer directly from China. The downside, however, is extremely low profit margins. We're looking at like 20 to 30%, maybe 35% at best if you do it right. And we have a high ad spend, which obviously further negates from our profits in the end, okay? So we're not taking home that much money at the end of the day, so we kind of need a lot of sales to either break even or spin a huge profit, and we need a good product, which takes a long time to research, and we need a great website that's optimized and has a good funnel to it. So the reason I'm also recommending this is there is a path for new people wanting to get into dropshipping in the modern day, and that's just using TikTok free viral video marketing. So if you have no money, absolutely nothing to invest, maybe you just have enough money to actually buy the product, because that's pretty crucial, right? You basically order the product. You can do this on Amazon, find your product on Amazon, ship it out with Prime shipping. You can even get a free trial of Amazon Prime and get shipping for free and then cancel it, ship it out, and then create viral videos constantly on TikTok. You want to post like 1 to 3 a day. You need to do it very consistently, and you can start with absolutely nothing but the product. Make viral videos, learn the algorithms, and get to work and start making videos. Now, there's going to be a lot of difference between the profit in this and the profit with ads. TikTok ads, you could be talking like 10 to 100k profits, even more each month if you just scale it up to crazy figures. But you're probably going to see like the most like 1k to 10k using organic marketing unless you have a crazy viral product. It takes a lot of work, but you can still make good profit doing this, okay? Dropshipping is all about marketing. Sales is all about marketing and dropshipping and making great converting video ads or viral videos, okay? Now, to take this seriously, you should just learn about marketing in general, then learn copywriting, which you don't need to necessarily learn because you can hire people to do it. The least things you have to invest in, obviously, the more profits you're going to go home with. The art of selling and the art of selling through words is basically a description of what copywriting is, and it's super useful when making money in any kind of business at the end of the day. You can hire people freelance to do this, but it's just a great skill you should learn if you want to sell any kind of product and know what you're talking about and appeal to customers, okay? Now, I have a ton of free videos on my channel to show you exactly how you can get started. I've made a successful store and shown videos of those successful stores, showing realistic, believable figures from my current store that you can get an idea of what kind of amount of money you can make, and then you can get started, okay? This model is a very scalable model of business. You can scale at 6 to 7 figures typically. The ones you see scale into 8 figures usually turn into private label brands, but sometimes dropshippers can make some crazy figures doing this. E-commerce is not dead. It's a crazy market sector, and you see so many startups and young entrepreneurs making some crazy money, especially in fashion, which I wouldn't recommend with the dropshipping model though. You need to create a good brand and have really good selling skills. You need to have an idea of how business and logistics work, and I feel like dropshipping as a business model just teaches you all these fundamentals, which is why it's a really great one to get into. Even if you end up failing or have a few failed stores, it really does teach you a lot about business. And also, for an example, if you make profit and have to do taxes, it just teaches you some great life skills if you are obviously a young person. So no copy and pasting from any course will make you millions, okay? Loads of people give fake promises in courses. They won't make you millions of dollars. There's no winning product you can steal from your favorite influencer that's going to make you millions of dollars. You need to get grit in the game, do trial and error, have some stores that fail, run through the hardships, and eventually learn the skills from the courses, but also through you actually doing those things yourself. Because getting a course and then just copy and pasting from it isn't going to make you a lot of money, okay? That's something which you really need to get ingrained in your head. Now, if you're struggling financially in any kind of way, I want you to go on my channel right now and watch all the free videos on there. I have a ton of free content which is out there for you guys to learn. You don't have to buy anything if you don't want to. I teach dropshipping entirely free. There's enough value on there for you to get completely started with dropshipping without investing a single dime, okay? I've been making free content for like the past year on dropshipping, and I haven't been selling a single product. But if you do have money to spare, if you do have a job and that doesn't apply to you, and you want to avoid all of the challenges and fails and get a shortcut through those trials and tribulations and skip over the hardships which I've had to face with the problems I've had with my current store, then you can get my course, which is linked in the description down below. Of course, anyone who helps with this promoted me to further create more free content on this channel for you guys, okay? Because I believe in free education, completely free, and paid education for people wanting to take a shortcut with it all laid out for them in the specific categories that they can go through in an optimized learning path. So if you want to fast track your success and you have a little bit of money, you can check out my course in the link below. It's less than $100. I've made it extremely cheap on purpose. And look, if you don't trust me in any kind of way, or you don't know what the quality is that you can expect from this course, maybe you've been let down by a lot of these fake gurus and influencers selling you completely trash courses, then you will get the entire first section of my course completely free. You can watch all the videos in the first module and read all of the articles, because every single video has an article I've written to complement it and show you it in theory, and then obviously the practical effect of me showing you how to do it in the video. You can watch all those videos and read all the accompanying articles for free in the first module, so you can get an idea of exactly what you're going to get. What you see is what you're going to get with this course, okay? So you can go on there, sign up, watch the first section for free. If you like it, you can get the course. If you don't, then you would have learned some free value from the first free module, right? So there's nothing to lose. And if you can't afford it, just watch all the free videos on the channel, and I'm going to keep putting those up for you guys as well. So stop buying extremely expensive courses from fake gurus out there. This is less than $100. I see so many people selling courses from like $400 or $500 to $1,000 on dropshipping. People who charge that high have not made any money in dropshipping. They just want to fleece the fans for as much money as they can get. I don't believe in that. So if you want to learn how dropshipping works, either check out the channel or get the course. It's your choice. But if you want to begin, I'll see you inside when you're ready. So next up is going to be a YouTube channel and starting a YouTube channel. This is one that I can also talk on from great experience, because I've been doing YouTube seriously for about 3 years, but I've been on YouTube since like 2007, 2008, making stupid videos since I was a kid, okay? So I know how YouTube works. On my main YouTube channel, I've scaled it to above 100,000 subscribers, so you know you're getting the right advice. So a YouTube channel lets you be an influencer on the influencer model, which is probably one of the most powerful business models right now. It lets you sell basically any, depending on your niche or what your videos are about, any kind of product or any kind of service on the back of your influence, and you can create businesses from your influence and get completely organic traffic basically for free. It's such a powerful model starting a YouTube channel to create any kind of business. Sometimes it might feel cheap attaching your personal brand or your personal identity to get a business off the ground quicker, but it works, okay? This is very cheap and economic to start up. To start up a YouTube channel is completely free, and you can actually do pretty fairly well with cheap gear. I didn't have expensive microphones and gear till I was like at 50,000 subscribers, when I could actually afford it on my main channel, which is a gaming channel. And I did pretty good before that, and I started to make a few $100, maybe $1,000 before I actually invested in that gear each single month. So you can start with a phone, like an iPhone. You can start with a cheap gaming microphone. Whatever you start, you don't have to have the best gear despite what people tell you, okay? As long as you're providing value and helpful content, you can scale it up basically from nothing. So that's why it's an attractive business model, okay? It allows you to work entirely flexibly for yourself, and you're not hired by anyone in particular, so it gives you a lot of bonuses in that regard. This also helps you get out of your comfort zone. When I was 18, I had some pretty bad social anxiety and I was very shy. I think YouTube kind of helped me open up to that because I was just on my camera. I didn't really care how I looked or about that kind of regard. Once I turned 18, I just committed to it, and it's kind of helped me in that sense too. So it's pretty cool to get out of your comfort zone if that's the type of person you are, and also improve your talking skills, and speaking to a camera really improves your presentational skills, which can actually aid you in public speaking and obviously business conferences. It can be very challenging though to find a niche and find your footing, so it's really best in my opinion just to start off something which you either know or that you're good at, something which you have a vested interest in, something you have a proficient skill in, or that you know you can stick in it for the long run. Because if you're talking about something you're not really caring about just to get high ad rates, to get paid a lot of money, you're just going to quit before you actually make money, right? So it's important to commit to something you like and something which you can consistently do for free, because if you can work for free, then you're eventually going to make a lot of money from doing that skill. Also, just dealing with the general hate from a YouTube channel at the start, when you get a few odd hate comments or a few people giving you constructive criticism, it kind of gives you a hard shell and lets you deal with that, which I think generally just helps you in life. Now, this is time consuming. You see so many people get viral videos, you see so many creators just blow up overnight or get recommended on the watch page or the YouTube homepage or the trending page. The realistic sense of this is that you're not going to be on the trending page. You're probably not going to get any of your videos recommended for weeks, months, or even a few years, okay? This is a very time consuming process. It's going to take you at least 2 to 3 years of consistent effort to get your foot off the ground and get any kind of progress or measurable progress on YouTube, okay? If you want success, this is a very, very slow one, okay? When we use the saying of it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, it really is with YouTube, because for the most part, 90% of people who commit to it, it's going to take them years to actually get that success. But when it comes in droves, okay? You blow up very quickly in a short space of time and everything just goes up from there. You might be making like $100 a month, but as soon as 1 or 2 videos pop and you start getting traffic and engagement, you could blow up to making a few thousand a month. So don't lose your footing, don't go astray from the path, because eventually your channel can explode with the right work. Now, your first channel might actually fail if you don't put in the work, and also if you don't yet have the know-how, because YouTube is very competitive, right? But oversaturation of YouTube videos isn't actually the problem, especially if you're innovative. Plus, many people just copy other people's videos anyway, and they're still successful. You always see videos which are just the same as what's already on YouTube, and they still get views, right? Because one video might be served to someone, and then the second video might be served to someone else, or they might be shown in different locations or countries, right? So you can always succeed even if people are doing the same thing. There's always going to be competing in certain niches, but there's space for literally everyone. If the top person's making 100k a month, you might still be able to make 1k a month. There's always space for people to actually create on YouTube and make a profit. Now, the only thing which kind of gives this a real high barrier to entry and gives it a heightened skill curve, which you actually need to get into learning it, is the fact that you need to know editing, you need to know graphic design to make thumbnails, and you also know how to shoot videos. And in some cases, if you're using a camera, know how a camera works, how to connect up, how to have the best render settings. You kind of need to be a jack of all trades. Sometimes if you're doing commentary like I do on my other channel, you need to know how to write scripts. So there's so many skills like being a writer, editor, graphic designer, all these things. You have to be a jack of all trades, and there's so many skills you need to do as one person. But you can choose to do that forever, or obviously you can use leverage when you have more money to hire more people, create a team to let them do the jobs which you're not as good at, to also save you time. So that's kind of the end game approach to it. YouTube is very slow to make money, okay? But seeing your fruits of your labor with a very successful channel is amazing. It took me like 2 to 3 years, around 3 years, to hit 100k subscribers of consistent, serious effort when I wasn't uploading silly videos. So think about 3 years to 100k when you're putting in consistent effort. Think of how long it'll probably take you to get 1 million subscribers, probably like 5 to 7 years, right? If you're going at that slow rate of growth. If you get luckier, or if your videos explode, you could get that in less time than it took me. It really depends on your niche, your channel, and the quality of your videos. The idea, especially with a business YouTube channel, is to create a channel and build it up by offering entirely completely free value. So giving away information about what you're good at completely free, specifically offering some kind of free value through free videos for a very long period of time. We're talking that 2 to 3 year figure that I gave you before. Just upload tutorials or helpful videos or coaching videos or videos based on what you're good at that other people can learn from you and take value from you on. When your audience then knows, likes, and trusts you after a very long period of time, and they have a vested interest in you and faith and trust in what you bring and what you can offer them, then once you've helped to serve their lives, they may actually consider buying from you and buying into your products or services because you've already helped them for free for so long without them actually choosing to support you in any form apart from subscribing. So then they might start to choose to buy your products, okay? So that's the model which you want to do. You want to offer free value for a long time and then upsell them something after you've given them thousands of free videos, okay? Because that's a good exchange of value to them. They're giving you maybe the money for one product when you've given them thousands. So let's move on to selling digital products. So this is another method to get to that 10K a month figure. And this is also another method which really sells well if you're already an influencer. So more reasons to start up a YouTube channel, because if you want free traffic, being a YouTube influencer and making a product based on your own niche or your own channel is going to get you those sales easier. I'd recommend, first of all, like I mentioned at the start of the video, read those books I mentioned. You can check those out in the link in the description down below. Traffic Secrets and .com Secrets by Russell Brunson, really great videos. And you need to first figure out what you want to sell. So first pick a niche. Like I said, if you already have a YouTube channel or a business, you already know your niche, you already know your target audience. And once you have proficiency and knowledge and experience or a vested interest in that niche, you can get a product or make a product for it. So I always use fitness as an example for this because these are the products which are the easiest to sell, right? Let's say you're shredded and you're in really great shape, or you did some crazy fat loss transformation in the last few months and you took some pretty crazy pictures which you think could go viral. Fitness programs could be huge potential for you if you have that knowledge, right? So you can make ebooks and coaching plans. You can make a fitness transformation video which typically get millions of views on YouTube and use that to get the free traffic, and then in the description you could put your link to your website to buy those products, right? Or if you have a channel based in that niche, then you can sell them to your audience based on your own results, because with a fitness transformation the results are visual, people can see them. You can't lie about that because people know typically fake transformations, okay? If you're in shape, you're in shape. People can kind of trust it at face value and they'll just buy your products anyway. So it's a little bit easier to sell those types of products. And obviously a lot of people kind of have an emotional pain of obviously not being in shape. So it's a pretty good product to sell. Anything that you're successful at, you need to find your target audience's pain point, what they're looking for, a big solution to a problem in their life. Find a solution to appeal to that problem with your digital product. You need to figure out what you're selling. Are you selling a course? Are you selling an ebook? Some other kind of digital products? You need to figure that out early, or figure out which products you want to make, and then you can create a funnel for it, okay? So using ClickFunnels is a great service. I'm only talking about this because of the books that I mentioned by Russell Brunson. Those books are obviously written by the founder of ClickFunnels, and he's created the service based on his ideologies to create product pages to basically make a funnel, which is basically incorporated into a landing page that actually sells. So let's talk about a funnel. So a funnel would typically be kind of like a pyramid or a staircase of sorts of different steps for a customer to buy your most expensive products. So first of all, you might be selling them like an email for free, and then at the top you're selling them like a $1,000 course or something like that. You can use different sites for this as well to host courses on, like Kajabi. I'm using the website called Thinkific right now to host my dropshipping course. That's completely free for the first course. So if you want to host a course like I do, you can use Thinkific. That's a really cool website that has a free plan to host your first course on, and it's pretty powerful enough, and you can kind of customize the whole funnel and the landing page for it quite well. Now, like I was mentioning before with the whole kind of staircase or ladder model, to sell digital products, you're basically creating a multi-stage funnel where you're offering a free product to incentivize people at the very start. This could be a free ebook which gives them information on something completely free without them paying for it, and offers them free value to aid with someone's problem. And this is usually given in an exchange for you capturing their email. So for them to get this free product, which is an ebook which has very high perceived value, they have to give you their email address, which is a pretty fair exchange, right? I get a free book which may potentially give me what I need just for giving you my email. So they'll typically do it quite often. It's quite a good trade for them. So they'll give you their email, and then once you have their email, you're building obviously an email list, okay? And the bigger your email list is, then obviously the more people you can try to sell to. So you then upsell them multiple products via your email campaigns later, which you can obviously automate with a few different services like that you can find online. After providing them free value and gaining their trust as a customer, you can then obviously sell them products through your email list as well. And if you have like a YouTube channel that gets banned, or you have any problems with your usual platform, you can still sell through your email list and hopefully continue with your income. So that's the short consensus of it. It's kind of complicated, but that's why I recommended that you need to read those books, because it explains it so much better than I do in more in-depth information. So if that interests you and you're interested in selling those kind of products, you need to read that book, because those sales funnels convert a lot better than a real complex complex website, for an example, because you're creating one page which is optimized to sell that product as quick as possible and try and drive an impulse purchase from a customer, okay? I might make a longer video on it in the future when I feel like I understand it to a degree that I can teach it better, because I understand it, but I can't really teach it as well as the book can. But at some point, I might make a video on selling digital products and explain the whole process to you. So the last one, which we're going to cover in this video, is freelance writing. So I've seen so much hype around freelance writing right now, especially with Tate's Hustlers University, which is now the real world. They have a course for copywriting in there, which I have to say is actually a really good course. Let's talk about copywriting, because that's what we're talking about right now. So writing is a very high in demand skill, and you can make a lot of money with it right now. Now, with Tate's course and the hype behind copywriting, it's obviously getting quite saturated, but it's a skill which is always in high demand, okay? So it's always going to be lucrative for a few different reasons. Now, as a freelancer, you can make a pretty healthy monthly income or salary using websites like Fiverr.com and Upwork.com to market yourself to get small jobs, and you can build up your reviews on your personal page based on the jobs that you do for people to improve your trust factor and then get more clients, okay? But typically on those services, you're going to be making maybe a few hundred to a few $1,000s a month. If you want to make the big bucks, that's where you do copywriting for marketing. So there's a few different types of writing jobs, okay? The serious money is through copywriting in the space to make marketing emails for companies selling products, optimizing the text in people's e-commerce store pages to try and convert more sales, and generally help companies to sell and writing words that sell. This is always going to have a high demand, because if you're going to increase a company's revenue by like 20%, for an example, which is kind of a gracious estimate, but let's say you're going to do something like that, then they're going to be willing to pay you thousands if you could potentially make them hundreds of thousands, okay? So if you have a skill, this is going to make you a lot of money, and knowing marketing and how to sell and writing things that will sell, these are all crucial skills that you'll never really go broke with once you actually become adept in it. So the method you should really look to do is get monthly retainers with big clients for hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars each month for a high level of consistent income. So let's say I have 10 clients a month who are giving me $1,000, that's already $10,000 a month. That's going to take a long time for you to get up to, but eventually it's probably going to be quite easy. 10 clients is not exactly that much, but you could have 5 clients giving you $2,000 a month, you know? So based on your past work history, the results you drive for people, they may obviously recommend you through word of mouth, and you may get more clients. But the idea of client outreach is sending cold emails, okay? So that's the main method which people typically do. Now, this takes a lot of work and it's high effort, and you're going to be sending 10 to 15 emails at the very minimum per day. If you have some kind of automation, you can send 100 emails a day, but I see it working a lot better if you actually tailor an email to a specific potential client, talk about their business specifically, ask them questions on the problems which they're facing with their business and the challenges, try to appeal to them personally, which usually turns out in you actually getting them as a client. If you send them some generic automated email, you're probably not going to be able to convert them as a client, and you need to get them on a sales call to try and make them to actually pay you first, because obviously they're not a client if they don't pay you, right? So this takes a lot of work, and it's an exceedingly very competitive space right now, so you need to do the back end work. You need to outwork everybody if you want to be successful, okay? Where people are sending 10 emails a day, think about sending 50 a day, okay? If you're increasing the amount of emails you send each day, you're obviously going to get a greater output or a greater success rate because you're putting up the numbers to actually try harder. Let's use an example. Alex Hormozi's marketing employee, I think for one of his businesses like Gym Launch, I think he does the marketing and sales over the phone, so he just like sales calls. He was talking about how the other people in his business would do like 10 calls a day, but he'd do like 100 calls a day, okay? And the reason why he was doing just as good as them when he started, and even better, is because he made more calls, he did more attempts. It was through trial and error, and obviously the number of times he tried. So the more numbers you're putting up, the greater output you're going to get, but in turn it's going to make it a lot tougher, and it's going to mean you're going to have to put a lot of work in, but there's big money in it. So that's going to conclude the end of this video on how you can make 10k a month in 2023, the smartest path to try to make $10,000 a month, okay? So this might take you 2 or 3 years. You might not be able to do this in 2023. It depends on the skill that you pick. It depends how much you apply yourself in it, and it depends how many hours you want to put into actually learning it, becoming proficient in it, and trying to get clients or trying to get profit from it if it's one of the other business models I mentioned like YouTube or dropshipping. So ask any questions down in the comments below. It'll be a pleasure for me to answer any questions you guys have. Make sure to subscribe if you got any value from this video. If you want to read those books or check out my dropshipping course or any of the sources I mentioned in this video, they'll all be linked down in the description down below for you guys, and I'll catch you next time.